G'day, Guy Mason here from City on a Hill. I want to ask you a very important question. What does great leadership look like in the middle of a crisis? It's a particularly relevant question, isn't it? For so many of us, whether you're leading a church, leading a staff team, leading in a school or the university, leading in your home and trying to work out how you lead your family and kids. What does great leadership look like in a moment like this? I was talking with a good friend and a mentor of mine who reminded me of a brilliant quote by Napoleon, who says, "Great leaders define reality and then give hope." And so your role and my role is to define reality in this moment and then give hope. And so what is the reality? Well, the reality, as you know, is that right now more than 1 million people have tested positive to COVID-19. The reality is that 50,000 people, more than 50,000 people, have already lost their lives. Here in Australia, we are seeing queues of people now lining up to Centrelink, with projections that more than 12% of our entire population will be unemployed by the middle of this year. You just think about the reality of that, the financial pressure and the implications in the home and the sense of purpose. And then, of course, is the reality of our social isolation. We all know that we're made for community, we're made for relationships. And so in this moment, people are anxious, people are feeling alone, we're feeling afraid. Great leaders define that reality. They speak into it, they lean into it, they enter into the pain of the other, listening and seeking to love and to respond with creativity, care, and compassion. Great leaders define that reality and then give hope. And so what is the hope in the midst of all of this? Well, already we are seeing hope in the way that ordinary Australians are coming together in creative ways. Different organisations, different churches rallying together to share ideas and to take this on together. That's inspiring. That fills us with hope. There's also hope that one day this shall pass. A time is coming, isn't it, when the restrictions will be lifted and the doors will be opened and we'll come together and be one. And that is going to be amazing. And it's important for us to have that before us, to let that inspire our hope. And if you're a Christian, you will know that our hope is ultimately, eternally in Christ Himself, the one who entered into our pain, who dealt with our reality, who took on our sorrow and suffering and defeated sin, Satan, and death, rising to new life. And there is for you that great promise that in Jesus, we sit at the very center of God's love. Jesus is the reigning, ruling, and returning King. And there is nothing that can separate you from the love of God. No sickness, no suffering, no separation, no death. Nothing can separate you from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus. That's the hope that we have. And so let me encourage you this week, when it comes to leading your people, when it comes to leading and loving your family and your friends, let's define reality and then give hope. It's been great to connect with you, and I look forward to talking again soon.